What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of A Mod's Corner. Back this week with the Paul Schaefer of Podcasts, a.k.a. Steve.
Yeah, you know what it is.
And our other co-host, Fuck Mike. Say what's up to
Why
the
is it
people,
Fuck
Mike.
Mike? What did Mike do to you?
No, because that's what I call him when he's not on the podcast. So.
Oh, all right. At least you keep it real. Because you've been slaying the shit out of last.
Yeah, so it's like anytime Mike comes up when he's not on the podcast, I say fuck Mike.
Because it wasn't even his fault last week. Like, the nigga wanted to be on. We just rescheduled.
No, fuck Mike.
All right. Like, stand up for yourself. Defend your honor.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, see, that's why it's fuck Mike. Give a shit about the podcast. All right, so, last week I promised our loyal listeners that we would watch a couple of movies and fucking review them. Movies that I didn't want to see.
Hated it.
So we saw Moonlight and Get Out. We'll talk about them in that order since Moonlight won Best Picture at the Oscars. Little brief recap of the Oscars and shit. I saw like half of the movies. Like pretty much who I thought was gonna win won, and then there was that whole fiasco at the end where they said La La Land won Best Picture and then Moonlight actually won, and shout out to them. What did y'all think of the Oscars?
I will say it takes a big man to get on stage and admit that they fucked up. Like you wouldn't have got me with the trophy in my hand saying, "No, you guys really won."
Why not?
Fuck that! Like, they gave me the trophy.
He didn't fuck up. Like you didn't actually win. It's not like they had a Best Picture envelope that said La La Land and it was a misprint. They weren't supposed to be up there at all.
I'm already up here giving my speech. You won't have to just pull me to the side and let me leave. I'm not saying that shit out my face.
No, like you know how fucked up that would have been if they would have did that shit like afterwards and be like, no,
I might have stayed on stage and congratulated you, but I'm not saying it. Like somebody else has to say it. I'm not going to be the one.
Well, that's why it's called being the bigger man, Mike.
Yeah, I don't think that shit was a big deal. I think that shit's probably planned. Like I'm pretty sure they rehearsed this fucking Oscar shit over and over again. So they're probably playing, all right, the white people going to win. All right, oh, no, we're going to make it exciting and have the black people win. I think that's all that was.
That's the stupidest thing I've heard all week. Like, people keep saying that. Like, that's not a fucking plan. Like, because now, like, the one dude that was in the back tweeting the whole time that was handling the envelopes, he got fired. And now, like, there's going to be a whole lawsuit on whether or not they're going to fire PricewaterhouseCoopers. Like, they're not making those type of mistakes just for ratings.
Because if anything, like that fucks with the writers' checks. Like, because you run some shit like that. Like I listened to Bill Burr's podcast. He was like, yeah, these awards, it allows the writers to have that on their resume. So like you fuck over somebody like on a La La Land that wrote that shit, is going to be repercussions.
Yeah, but like La La Land didn't get fucked over. They didn't win.
Yeah.
Like, they just got the wrong, like, they handed the dude the wrong envelope, and Warren Beatty wasn't even going to say it, but the other bitch that was up there, she just, like, blurted it out. It was like, yo, like, y'all could have waited, like, 10 seconds for them to figure out that it was the wrong envelope. Or he at least should have said, this isn't the right envelope. But
it's
then
not
again,
that difficult
like,
when you open it.
I don't know how I would react if I'm on stage in front of fucking 40 million people with the wrong envelope, and I'm not trying to look like an asshole.
Yeah, you'd freeze. I know you. You're soft.
Alright, fuck. So, Moonlight won Best Picture, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Supporting Actor for OG Cottonmouth, a.k.a. Mahershala Ali.
That's how you say it?
Yeah, Mahershala.
I was calling that nigga Marshmallow all week.
Damn.
Swing and a miss. So like, we watched the movie. I didn't want to see it because, like, I saw the trailer. The trailer didn't interest me. Like, it just looked boring as a movie. And then it was about some shit that, like, it is not up my alley. Like, I'm not a homosexual. So I didn't see this movie being.
Thanks for telling the people that I'm not.
Huh?
Thanks for telling the people that I'm not.
What? That I'm not a homosexual?
Yeah, we needed to know that.
Are you a homosexual?
I've never tried homosex, so I don't know.
So it's still a possibility. Like
Yeah, it
you
could
might
be.
suck a dick one day and like it.
I mean, I've never sucked a dick, so it's like you don't know till you try it.
Right.
I'm put on fire.
But yeah, like I wasn't good. I knew, like, you know, before I went to go see it, like, this shit wasn't for me. Same shit with Get Out, like, that shit wasn't for me. So like with Moonlight, you know, it tells the story of this kid, Chiron, in 3 parts, like him as a little kid, him as a teenager, and him as an adult. And you know, it's kind of boring at parts, and then other parts it's like kind of interesting, and then by the time you get to the end you're like, yeah, that was okay, like it wasn't bad, like it was a decent movie, but like, was it the best picture, or was it like one of the best movies of all time, and did it really say a whole bunch? Like, I don't know, like, you just like watching it as a straight man that can't relate to most of that shit. I was just like, eh.
But you know what though, like, because honestly, like, I haven't seen the rest of the movie, so like, what movie would you say is all around better than that?
I mean, Fences is a better movie.
Absolutely.
Like, maybe it's just as good as Hidden Figures. Arrival is okay. Like, it's probably better than Arrival. And you know, my main thing about all of these Oscars was that Birth of a Nation didn't get nominated, and I thought Birth of a Nation was better than a lot of these movies.
Yeah.
You know, it's a much better film than Moonlight. I can't say I'll ever watch Moonlight again.
For what?
Yeah,
I don't feel like that's a movie that you watch again. Like, it's like, I got the point.
Well, I feel like if you win an Oscar and shit, like, it's supposed to be like a great film that like you can watch again. But like, I don't know where the replay value is on Moonlight.
I agree. I didn't see. Well, go ahead, Mike.
No, I saw it. I actually saw it twice. So,
Moonlight for what?
I watched it with somebody else.
You watched it twice this week?
Yeah, I watched it by myself, and then I watched it with someone else.
Was it good the second time? Was it better the second time?
It wasn't better the second time because I knew, like, I wouldn't say anything is better was the second time after I seen it. When I watch movies for second time, I'm pretty much looking for stuff that I missed, clues and shit like that.
Yeah, because you're a big time movie buff, right? You're the movie guy.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I'm not sure if it was the best picture. It was a good movie. It had a message, but the main character didn't speak much.
No.
Well, I will give them that like, you know, there's not a lot of dialogue in the movie, so like that takes a different level of acting. So like the acting in the movie is really good, but you know, not to throw no shade, because like I like Cottonmouth, but I didn't even think he had the best performance in the movie.
I agree. Like, because
I thought the second and third Chirons had a better performance, and the crackhead mom had a better performance.
I thought the kid had a better performance than Cottonmouth Man.
Yeah, and maybe it was just because like he didn't have very much to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he's in like 3 scenes, and like in those scenes he really doesn't do much of anything.
Pretty much. Like, you lift him up in the water, throw him under the water, choke him out.
In general, I think Moonlight was a movie that, you know, I wanted to talk about this idea this week of groupthink, where, you know, certain people got behind it early and like they just started putting it in everyone's mind that, hey, this is a great film, and hey, Mahershala Ali's performance is great in this film. When I went to go see it, like, I didn't see what everyone saw. Like, I saw an okay movie made by somebody who made their first movie. And I saw, you know, good performances across the board, but not really any of them that were like, oh my God, like, you know, he just took us to acting school. Or she just took us to acting school.
Well, I will say, given that you went into the movies with expectations, you were watching it with a bias. You were expecting. You probably set the bar higher than people who went into it without any expectations and said it was great. Well, you were like, "Oh, everybody said it's great, so now it better be the best thing ever."
Like, what is so great about this movie? Like, seriously.
I mean, there was just some decent points, like when that nigga went WWF on the nigga that was bullying him, he took that motherfucking chair. That shit, I was like, yo, this shit taking another turn.
Yeah, I mean, like there's like pockets of it where I'm like, all right, yeah, I could get into this, especially when the nigga started like, you know, bumping the chopped and screwed version of Classic Man.
Yeah, that was fire.
I don't know where he got that shit. That's how I knew he was a gangster though.
Yeah,
because he was listening to the chopped and screwed version of Classic Man and Tyrone by Erykah Badu.
Yeah, that shit's not real. That you can't even find that chopped and screwed version of Classic Man. Like, he went to the studio, slapped the engineer, was like, "This is mine."
Yeah, he was like, you know, the count ain't right. Like, oh, the count was right when I handed it to you. Like, that was just like the most bitch made shit I ever heard. It's like as soon as you say that shit out of your mouth, you're like, you know what, man, I'm going back to school, because it's like, I'm obviously not built for this shit.
Yeah.
And I just got one other question about this movie. And I guess we would have to get a gay person to answer. It's like, when a gay man gets a hand job from another gay man, is it customary for him to give you dap afterwards? Because, like, I just thought that was a little weird. Because, like, I couldn't see myself, like, you know, dapping up a girl after she serviced me. Like, you know, it just seemed a little awkward.
I don't know. I mean, what do you do after that though? Like, good job, nigga. You did what you were supposed to do, and then you just wipe it in the sand. I guess I don't know.
Like, was I the only one that found that part funny? Like, cause like I was just dying when he gave the nigga the dap. Like nothing happened. Like, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Like, yeah. Nigga, I just came all over your hand and now you want to dap me? Like, that shit don't make no fucking sense.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't know. I've never done that to another man, so I can't really. I don't have no fucking leg in that argument.
Well, you're the bi-curious one on the podcast. So, like, after you gave another man a hand job, would you dap him or what?
Well, I mean, it's not like he dapped him right afterward. Like, he took him home and then he dapped him. Like,
yeah, they might have had a conversation in the car that warranted a dapping.
Yeah, warranted dap. It's like, oh,
and
nigga,
that little nigga don't talk. Like, he didn't talk the whole movie. Like, he wasn't having no conversation.
It's like, nigga, we go catch LeBron tomorrow. All right, yeah, cool, dap. That's what it was. Dap after you catch a basketball game or some shit. I don't know. Like you said, you gotta bring a gay person in. I couldn't see myself dapping after that though. You love
All right, so let's move on. I think we've exhausted Moonlight. So yeah, that was Moonlight. You know, I just think it was okay, but
mediocre.
I wouldn't give it mediocre. It was good. You know, on the scale of like 5 stars, I'd probably give it like 3.5.
Yeah, it's like a 6 out of 10. It's like a 6.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't see it again, but I wasn't mad that I watched it. So
yeah, it wasn't a complete waste of time.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I need my 2 hours back. So
yeah,
shout out to Moonlight. So a movie that I wish I did have my time back after I went to go see it. Get Out.
Wow, it was an excellent movie. I wanted to get.
You know, Get Out, another movie that I think I fell victim to this whole groupthink thing, where I talked about it on the podcast that I didn't want to see it, didn't like Peel, thought the trailer looked dumb, and then it got 100 on Rotten Tomatoes till Armin White came along. I did read Armin White's review, and I don't dislike the movie for the same reasons he disliked it. I think.
What did he dislike it for?
He took like kind of a Jason Whitlock type of stance on it.
Yeah, he was timing hard.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that at all. Like, he basically called the main character a Sambo, which I thought was out of pocket.
I didn't agree with that. I don't agree with that though. I don't think the main character was a Sambo. I thought he was an idiot.
He's a real person. That's what happens to real people. Real
Yeah.
people go. It was realistic in the most horror movie way. It was realistic. Every black person in that movie. When you watch a horror movie, you say, "Oh, don't do that, don't do that." And the black person in the movie did everything an actual person would do.
But like one more thing on the Sambo point, I do agree with what you just said. But one more thing on the Sambo point, I just think it was out of pocket for him to say that because he wasn't talking about the character in the movie. He was talking about the way the actor. I can't remember his name, but he was talking about the way the actor looks because he's real dark skinned and he has bright white teeth. Basically calling him, a Sambo or a spook. And I just thought like for a black man to say that about another black man in a review and a white publication, like you're completely out of pocket.
That's how the man looks. Like
he didn't have blackface on.
Yeah. That's why I brought that up. Like I just thought that was way out of pocket when I read that. And he also put in his review, I don't know if it was sarcastic or not, but he was saying that Little Man is a good movie. If the Wayans Brothers Little Man. He also said Meet Dave is a good movie, Norbit, and like all that other trash Eddie Murphy has put out in the last 10 years.
Yeah, he's on somebody's payroll.
Yeah, so fuck Armin White. Like Lakeith Stanfield said. So yeah, like the reason I didn't like the movie, just to be brief, was I just don't think like we need any more movies like about like this whole slave, like it's just like a modern slave movie, and I felt like reinforced a lot of negativity, and I didn't really see the point of it. Like I didn't get what Peele was trying to prove. So I didn't fuck with it. Like it's good filmmaking and whatnot, but like I just didn't fuck with the content.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Mike?
I did like the movie, but I can't argue that it is a modern slave movie. It's like they were literally enslaving black people. So I can't really argue with what you were saying, but I did like it. Yeah, all the cinematic qualities are there, though.
Yeah, plot twist.
Like I watched like just to make sure like I wasn't hating because like this is how dedicated I am to this shit. I watched like a couple YouTube videos where it's like the twist in Get Out explained, and like I'm watching this shit and like they like pointed out a bunch of like little shit that I missed. Like when the cop asked him for like the ID, it's not because like the girlfriend is like trying to act like she's not racist. She just didn't want a paper trail. And I was like, all right, yeah, like that's cool. And then they was like, see, like in the end, Chris actually had to pick cotton for his freedom. Like when he stuffs the cotton in his ears. And I'm like, yo, is that supposed to make me like the movie more or less?
Yeah.
Because like
I don't think that was intended.
Like,
the intended purpose of him putting cotton in his ears.
I don't know, like. Because, like, it wasn't just that one video that said it. Like, because somebody else that saw the movie, when I told them I didn't like it, they sent me a list of 22 things that you probably missed in Get Out. And that was one that was on their list as well. So, I think that was very intentional.
Absolutely. I think just how well-crafted the movie was, I think that definitely was intentional. But... I mean, even the weird thing about the deers, it's like, what was that part where it was like, he was like, yeah, like the man-made creatures, we talk about how they made the deers or some shit, like even like little shit like that, like kind of makes me want to like look into the video that you were talking about.
Yeah, because like he said some shit about like, I wish all the black bucks were gone. Like,
yeah, some shit.
Like he didn't say black bucks. He meant he said deer because they just be in the way.
No, he said he said black bucks, like they showed it in the video.
Yo, I mean, I did peep when he said it. That's some shit white people have said about black people. I did catch that. I just didn't hear him say black bucks. I thought he just said.
I thought he just said the deer.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that part, but like that's what it said on this fucking list.
And I caught that. I caught that part. And how if you just replace deer with black, that's.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, all these little things, it made me appreciate the filmmaking and like, you know, the intricacies of it that they went through to make the movie, but that doesn't change anything about like the content, and how I just don't feel like we need any more shit like this. Like, I don't want to see fucking race baiting, anger, like shit that's gonna make you paranoid. Like, and I get that's what horror movies do. Like, I don't get the whole fucking genre of horror anyway. Like, same way I don't get fucking roller coasters. Like, I don't need to feel like I'm dying to know that I'm alive, and I don't need to go to a movie to be scared to get like a cheap thrill. Like, you know, like you have sex without a condom if you want to if you want to get a cheap thrill. Like I'm good on the horror movies.
That's not necessarily a cheap thrill, brother.
I wouldn't call that a cheap thrill. That can be very expensive.
But yeah, like I don't know. I'm not into horror, and you know, this movie wasn't even scary though. I will say that. Like I wasn't scared.
Man, that's because isn't there like two different genres, like thriller and a horror? Isn't like I thought like the thriller was just like kind of shit.
They all get, for the most part, they lump them together.
Well, okay. I think the difference is a thriller can actually happen. A horror usually has some sort of like sci-fi or fantasy element to it that makes it impossible. But like a thriller is like Panic Room. If you ever seen that shit, like where the people get like Jodie Foster and her daughter are stuck in the panic room while Forrest Whitaker and some people break into the house. Like that's a thriller.
So what makes this a horror, so to speak? Like what? Because I mean, what are we saying that like hypnotism is impossible?
No, because like they're stealing black people's souls and putting their brains into white people. Like that part's impossible.
Yeah, they were putting the whole consciousness of another being inside of a different vessel.
But
that's the sci-fi push.
That shit could be foreshadowing the singularity, and like if you don't know what the singularity is, it's like the moment when computer technology will be able to actually have artificial intelligence, like that movie Her a few years ago. So where like you will be able to upload your consciousness into a computer. So I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do that with people if technology gets that advanced. So it's like at the very minimum, like you just gave evil white people an idea. Not just evil white people, just like evil fucking people an idea. Like they might just like be taking homeless people and scrapping them for parts. It's some fucked up shit.
Yeah, but shout out to Peele though. He's not doing what I want to do.
Yeah, y'all can fuck with that shit if you want that. That shit's not for me.
Hated it.
Is that how we should just like quickly summarize shit from now on, instead of just like, Ahmad does like 5-minute rants and then at the end he's just like, yeah, I didn't really like it. like, shit wasn't for me. Like, I mean, maybe I should leave it at that, but I guess this is what podcasting is for.
Yeah, you gotta watch that skit though. You'll understand who you are.
No, I know who I am.
Mike, you ever see that skit that I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the mental infamous him and Damon and David Allen Greer.
Oh, you're talking about that fucking
and Living Color Joint.
Yeah, I don't fucking like. I didn't like that shit. I've never really been a fan of sketch comedy. Like aside from when Chappelle did it. Outside of that, like I was never a fan.
What about Mad TV?
I mean, I was a kid. I don't really remember that shit. And Saturday Night Live, like they're kind of okay now that like they have Trump to make fun of every week. But did y'all see like the one thing that was in Get Out that was kind of funny was Lil Rel's performance.
Yes, great.
Like he was good, and then I did like some of the memes about the movie. They were funny. There was one with like that picture of Kellyanne Conway where she's on the couch in the Oval Office, and like she's like they made it look like she was Googling the top NCAA prospects. But like the John was in the movie, because they were just trying to find like the biggest, strongest black people and scrap them for parts. That's what I'm saying. Like some of that shit. Like as a black man, Peele, how do you write that? That's just my question. Like, I'm not calling you any names, but I just want to know, like at what did none of your black friends say like, hey, like not okay, like
Yeah,
maybe this isn't what we want to put out there for the children.
that shit was beyond wicked. Like he had that family whoring out their daughter, like to get those people the auction.
That's don't pretend like that's not a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Wait,
saying
who
it's not.
whores out their daughter?
All four of the Kardashians.
They don't count. I don't know why they don't count. They just don't count.
They don't count because it proves my point.
Yeah, but like they're not
Because
horrible.
it happens. They are. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah,
100% sure the mom put that sex tape out.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of sex tapes, Lyra Galore is supposed to be dropping a sex tape soon, or somebody's dropping it for her.
Is that gonna be on Netflix?
They should have a section for that, like
Celebrity sex tapes.
a little erotica. I never hurt anybody. But
But the kids can see it.
yeah, that's why you put a little child lock on that part.
Oh, that's ever stopped kids.
Well, you don't make the 4-digit password like your house number, like it was at my house. Like you gotta do something a little bit more creative. But yeah, like she has a sex tape coming out. Like she's of Instagram fame and of Ross used to wife her fame. Like the whole thing with these sex tapes, like, cause I think like her whole stance was like she basically said, "What, y'all never see nobody suck a dick before?" Like, she took the Steve stance, and I feel like that is probably the best way to deal with like any negative publicity you get or any slander. It's like the whole Trump approach. It's like, y'all never heard of grabbing pussies before. Like, y'all never seen somebody suck a dick before on a sex tape. That way, like, that shit can't hurt you. You can keep, going back to Instagram thought.
Locker room. It's locker room talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a little locker room talk.
Little time music.
And the other thing about the internet is like they have no chill. Like, they was making fun of the bitch titties. Saying they look like Forrest Whitaker's eyes and shit. And I'm like, is that necessary?
I have to Google her now. What's her name again?
Lyra Galore. Because I guess her titties were going in different directions, but like in the illustrious words of Cat Williams, like, I feel like that's the shit that bitch niggas worry about.
It's one thing when you there in the moment. It's another thing to be on the outside looking in and to call it out.
Would you not fuck like?
If I was in the room, yeah, I could still point it out though.
I think her main feature is her ass anyway. Like, you're gonna hit it from the back.
That's not gonna cause a chuckle at the least.
No, you don't laugh during sex. Like that's a good way not to get sex.
You already in there.
like let you pull your pants down and the girl just start laughing. Like, you just want to go home. Like that. No, like that shit don't work. Like, you can't laugh during sex.
I'm not a quitter. I wouldn't just go home. Anyway, does the line "your bitch be fucking ordinary niggas" now apply to Ross?
Yes.
No, I think it's like, isn't it Lance Stevens fucking her?
He's not in the league no more.
Yeah, but he's not ordinary. Like, he made it to the league.
Is he amazing?
Yeah, like how many people play basketball?
Now he's amazing. Everybody plays basketball.
Yes, but how many people get to play it professionally for millions of dollars? Like, it's pretty amazing. Like, I'm filled with wonder that he made it to the NBA.
Yeah, well, you see, Meek Mill doesn't know how to do his shit, so I mean, it's a thing.
No, he's like, hey Remy, like, let me tell you how bad her ass got. Like, it was leaking from this cheek, then it was leaking from that cheek, then I couldn't have sex with her. Like, it's just all sorts of noodle shit.
Disgusting. Are we not men?
Who the fuck said that really happened outside of Remy?
I would hope. I'm just saying, like, Meek's name gets brought up in a lot of fuck shit, so I tend to believe it now. And he's exhibited he's exhibited time and time again that he is a noodle. So like when someone provides additional evidence that he's a noodle, I don't refute it. That's like if somebody said like, you know, they heard about R. Kelly talking to another underage girl, I'd believe him.
That's different. That's not quite the same at all.
Not really.
It's what do you call it? An analogy.
Yeah, how I mean, Meek hasn't proved us otherwise that he wouldn't do something like this. His track record shows that this is the type of shit that he do. So yeah. I wholeheartedly agree with Abaya.
Yeah.
What has he done that would prove to that he gets into the gossiping and
Nicki,
and not fucking for 3 months?
When Nicki got robbed or some shit, he was tweeting about her, and then like he said some other shit about how she shouldn't come out the house with certain shoes on or something, like all sorts of noodle shit. Like
he didn't say nothing about the robbery.
He proved he was on TMZ. He was like, I don't gotta rob nobody. I got money. Look at my chains. He's an asshole.
He said, "Do I look like somebody that would rob you?" Like,
hold on, I got my charger.
You're losing me.
Is Meek not a noodle?
I'm not saying he's not. You're not proving to me that he went and actually told Remy this. The picture that they was saying was from All Star was from 3 years ago or some shit.
Yeah, but he is a gossip. Like the whole thing about like how he started that whole Drake beef, like that was hearsay, gossip.
According to Remy, Nicki started it in the same song.
Well, I did hear that Nicki's pretty petty. But what's up with rich petty people? I feel like if I was rich like that, I wouldn't be petty because I wouldn't give a fuck.
Bitches just petty in general, so I don't know.
Michael Jordan's a petty individual.
Yeah. Well, why? It's like you already won.
Obviously, that's not enough for people.
What, 6 rings wouldn't be enough for you, and like how many millions?
Yeah, well, like
Jordan got at his Hall of Fame speech and was shitting on people.
Yeah, like I just feel
Jordan
like,
to this day can't go without talking to these niggas that he beat. He made Space Jam. He made a movie where he took 5 all-star niggas, took their powers, and they still couldn't beat him.
Yeah, he's not a nice person.
At all.
I feel like you should be a nicer person than that in life. Or like we found out, like if you're not a nice person, like Future's gonna fuck your bitch. And then you're gonna be looking all sorts of dumb.
She's gonna fuck him better when the rents due.
Yeah, of course. Oh shit! I'd have to find. Well, I'm not gonna pay nobody's rent to find out if sex gets better when the rent's due.
I'm sure it does. It's the pressure.
It just makes sense. There's incentives.
Yeah. It's like all right, it's the 28th. Like if I don't.
Yeah, there's performance boost in the check.
So that's like when it's like you playing ball and it's 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Like, yo, you got to make the shot. It's pressure.
No, like, a lot of people choke. Like, what if your girl starts choking when the rent's due? She loses all fucking coordination, doesn't know what to do. She's so flustered. Like she's using her teeth now. Like all sorts of dumb shit. Like.
He's an asshole.
But speaking of the rent being due, Will Smith has a new movie coming out on Netflix, I hate to slander Will Smith because despite what my co-hosts think, I am a fan, but he continues to prove that he doesn't want better for himself. And this new one is called what's it called? Snitch or something, or Glitch, some shit like that. The trailer came out during the Oscars, and it just looked like another, terrible choice. And I'm like, I don't get it. And why is Netflix? Well, I get why Netflix is paying for it because like he still has name recognition because like they bought like 8 Adam Sandler movies. Like they obviously don't give a fuck over there. So
it's also the movie's called Bright. Nothing like what you said.
I was close. It had a GH in it.
There was no.
He was like, hitch, bitch, hitch. He said anything.
Yeah, I knew it had like big white letters.
Man, why don't you give this fucking Will Smith movie a chance? What if it's actually good for a change?
I hope it is good.
Ugh.
I just looked at a picture and this nigga's holding his sword. There's no way it's good.
You wouldn't even get a sword from. Like, why would you use a sword?
Isn't that shit based in modern times?
Yeah, he's a fucking cop.
So
He's
why,
looking at this sword. I have no idea what's going on in this picture.
What is this, the 12th century?
Yo, he got a sword though.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Is he challenging motherfuckers to a duel too?
Yeah, he probably would. Like, and then he brought back like the Men in Black fade. Like, it this shit just looks like an L waiting to happen. But
Does Netflix cares?
Does Netflix what?
Do they care?
No, because like they're never gonna tell you how many people watch anything. So
plus, like people gonna come out to watch a Will Smith movie anyway. So
yeah,
doesn't matter.
But then it's like I don't get like, all right, if you pay a bunch of money for this Will Smith movie, however much it costs, because I think Will Smith still gets paid like 10, 20 million of. Yo, they spent 90 million to make this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and there's no chance of box office like to get it back. So, like, I don't know at what point does this strategy just not work anymore.
They're probably trying to reach the people that don't pay that $9.99 a month yet. Well, here's the reason: we got Dave Chappelle coming, we got Will Smith coming, we got Chris Rock coming. They're giving those people, those last few people that aren't paying that $9.99, reason to pay that $9.99.
Is it like when they run the little promos at Onyx?
School the people on promos at Onyx.
Yeah, no, they be like, yo, we got fried chicken, we got bitches flying from the ceiling, we got 50 cents.
Oh, yeah,
it's Onyx.
You gotta hear these Onyx commercials. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, little time music about that. Like, what is the deal with people hosting clubs and that making me like? Y'all thinking that's gonna make me want a cub? Like I don't give a fuck that this Instagram girl is hosting this club. Like,
they've been doing that since the beginning of time.
But like, why would I pay a premium to come see you? Like, you're not gonna fuck me, and you're not about to get naked or nothing. You're just gonna be there saying, "Hey, like, we in here tonight." Like, why do I care?
People like to be in their presence. This is what it is. People will pay to be in their presence, and as long as you can capitalize on that, they will.
Like, I'm not hating. I just don't understand it. Like, I've never paid a premium because another motherfucker was in the club. But also, so like they got this Will Smith shit that's coming out in like December. Amy Schumer, she got a special coming out next week. And I know Steve loved her last special, especially her jokes about Ferguson.
Yeah, classic.
And then they're dropping both Chappelle specials on the same damn day.
Are we reviewing all this stuff?
I don't know if I can get through an Amy Schumer special. So
I have no intentions on watching it.
Yeah, if you can muster up the strength, like, you know, you'll have to get a cookie that episode because like no, I can't sit through an Amy Schumer special.
I'll do it. I'll have what's that nigga name? The Armin dude. I'll have one of
Armand White review.
Yeah, I'll have an Armin review.
It's like, now watch Amy Schumer, a real comedian, take all of these black guys to school. Like, prior who? Like, there was never a good comedy special prior to this one. Like, yeah. Shout out to Armand White. He's like doing what Ben Carson wants to do. Yeah, and then they're dropping both Chappelle specials on the same day, and I will say I was wrong about the whole Future thing with that album. Like, I'm man enough to say when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That shit sold 100,000 in 2 weeks back to back. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing Netflix is gonna do the same thing with this Chappelle thing, like drop two specials back to back that are good. Either that, or they're using like the Saturday night burn off method and just getting rid of them quick because they suck. But I don't think they'll suck. Chappelle seemed like he's still funny, like when he hosted SNL and shit.
Yeah, and he's been grinding for the past couple of years. Apparently, he had these in the vault, so I'm excited to see. Because I think you were telling me that this was shit that he had already done, right?
Oh, I don't know.
He was going around doing shows.
Yeah, I think one of them. Was old that he filmed a few years ago, and one is new.
Yeah,
is brand new. Yeah, so that does make sense then why they're dropping them at the same time, because it's not like it's two brand it's new to us, but it's not like two brand new hours of material.
Because I'm kind of wondering how dated those jokes are going to be. The one that he already done.
Well, maybe like they cut out the shit where like he's talking about like the current events and just left like the shit like. Cause like motherfuckers talk about pussy in every special, so like certain shit is just universal. Yeah, like that like it's timeless. Like y'all still love that shit Pryor was putting out.
Yeah, then they cut out the so what's the deal with this George Bush guy?
Yeah, little time music. That's always filler anyway in anybody's special.
Yes,
that's like where you warm up.
Yes,
but that's just this week's episode of Ahmad's Corner. Just wanted to review a couple of movies for y'all and keep you up to date on what's going on. So make sure you check us out on YouTube. YouTube page is up. It's at Ahmad's Corner. No, it's just Ahmad's Corner on YouTube. And then we're on Twitter and Spreaker and iTunes and Google and all that shit. So follow us everywhere. We're everywhere. You ain't never there. And we'll be back next week for an all new episode of Ahmad's Corner. Thanks for listening.